Hello everybody, welcome on in. How are we doing today? Happy Friday, week before Christmas. Oh my gosh, dude, where the heck did December go? How are we here already? It's already in the 19th. What is going on? I don't know, man. I don't know. Welcome on in though. Welcome. Had a almost world-ending thing happening, so I'm sorry the starting soon screen went on for a while. I was eating food and I got something stuck in my teeth and I couldn't get it out, and like the entire world was going to end if I didn't get it out like right now. So I had to go deal with that. You understand, right? You understand. Great, cool, awesome, perfect. We're fine. The world's not going to end because of that. Whew. Where'd the year go? I know, I felt like this year flew by. Absolutely flew by. Hey May, how we doing? Welcome on in. Safri, how we doing? What's going on? Tenley Pause, what's up? Valenite, hi. In both chats, of course you are. Hey Mel, how we doing? Don't forget to like the stream. See you on Twitch. All good. Thank you for dropping the like. Happy Friday. How we doing, Liz? Welcome on in. Good to have you. Country Bell, what's up? I'm off for the next 2 weeks for the holidays, so I get to watch all the streams uninterrupted. Let me look at what next week's gonna look like on stream. Let me pull up my calendar. Well, we'll stream next Monday on the 22nd. Maybe the 26th. That's gonna depend on how awake I am. And then we'll stream on the 29th, maybe the 31st. Definitely not the 2nd. Maybe the 2nd. Depends. I'm not too big of a partier for New Year's, so I'll probably just be sleepy on the 1st and back to normal on the 2nd and itching to do something. So yeah, there's not going to be a stream on Christmas Eve. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm taking my own holiday. But we'll see outside that. Hello though. Welcome on in, everybody. Anima, how we doing? Happy Friday. I'm off until the 7th. Ooh. Nice. You Europeans all getting big old long vacations for the holidays. I'm so jealous. No, I'm just kidding. I set my own schedule. I do it to myself. Ro, what's going on? I have to do so much wrapping. I have to still wrap all of my wife's gifts, but other than that, I'm done. Mostly because she wrapped everybody else's gifts for us. Queen Who have a tattoo appointment for January 2nd. Ooh, nice. Doing like the full sleeve all the way through, like across the face and back down the other side, just blending everything in together. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I work for a state uni, so I get the week of Christmas to New Year's off. Thank goodness. Ooh, yeah, you've earned it then. The funny thing is, I'm in the U.S. I just have the PTO to use. Yeah. No, a lot of people in the U.S. I feel like save their PTO for this season, which is good. I feel like I had one job where I had to work like the week from Christmas to New Year's, and it just felt wrong. Every other job I had, that time was off, or at least it was like halftime, just like make sure the servers don't go on fire, so like check in on things, because I was in the IT world. But like it was never one where it was just like full on put the hours in. Like I feel like no big if you're in retail, I get it, makes sense, especially with like Canada's Boxing Day and all that stuff. I know it's getting more popular even outside of Canada, but like no business decisions are being made in that last week, dude. Like that can wait till January. If you work at anything corporate, like you don't need to be working Christmas to New Year's. Like nobody's gonna make decisions there unless there's already a huge problem in the company and you can't fix it in that last week. Baroness, thank you so much for the Prime. Why is that not coming through? Did that sound notification not pop up for y'all? Why did that not play? Hello? I don't know, man. I was goofing around with some things because I was trying to fix the... It should have played. Sorry, Baroness. I'm so sorry that notification didn't pop up. Let me try something here real quick. I've been messing with the... whatchamacallit? Alerts and everything because the sound effects weren't going. And I thought I had fixed it all. But maybe not. It's fine. It's one of those. Let's go here. Recent events. Let's see if it wants to load. There's just... Nope. Let me try this again.
Pleased to meet you.
There we go. Okay, now, there you go, Baroness. You just got 2. Thank you for the prime. I appreciate you. Okay. How are we doing? My husband's work is making him come in on Christmas Eve for an open to close shift. It sucks. Ooh, ouch. I'm sorry. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. My brother's working till 11:30 on New Year's Eve, so he has to run home. Oof. I had one summer, I had a shift on the July 5th. So like 4th of July is like usually pretty big party time in the US. Going out, fireworks, blah, blah, blah. So like nobody's able to sleep early because everybody's shooting off fireworks. So like you can't go to sleep early. And I had a shift that started July 5th at 4 a.m. for, I was working on a golf course, just like a summer job. And I remember like I wasn't able, because of how I was definitely out until like midnight because I was hanging with my friends. I think I probably got home like 1 a.m. So like that was bad anyways. But the fireworks there's a lot of fireworks in the greater Seattle area. And there used to be, they're starting to cut down on like with like regulations and things, which I'm on board with. I think like professional fireworks shows, fantastic. My neighbor lighting mortars off and they're right into the tree out of their front yard, not fantastic. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep till like 2 a.m. or something, and then my alarm went off at like 3:15, and I was just like, okay, I guess we go for a 10-hour shift right now. Sets that I've been like, if I'm ever doing anything like that, I will either not be going out or I will be finding a way to have PTO that day. Christmas being next week, will there be a video? No, there's no video next week. There will actually not be another video until probably mid-January. Something like that. I take
quite a few months of good vibes, fWhip cozy.
Yeah, making me have to sneeze, Robin. Thank you for the 60 months. I think the sneeze isn't happening. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. But yeah, there's not going to be another video until the 2nd, maybe 3rd week of January is the current plan. I typically take as soon as you get to Christmas week, ad rates just absolutely tank on YouTube. And then when you're in January, ad rates are absolutely tanked. Even like you thought the floor was here, they're through they've tanked through the bottom of the basement. And it's to the point where normally ad rates, the CPM I get is typically anywhere from $8 to $10. And which is a pretty fair one. I'm really happy with that for what it turns into but like what it turns into in January is usually about a $2 to $3 CPM. So if I'm uploading videos, I'm basically like unless the video goes crazy viral, I'm basically starting at a 70% loss on the amount of money that I would make off of the video. And I don't want to put out like half-done videos to save myself more time and like cut out 70% of the work I put into a video. So instead I use that as my annual break of time to just chill and relax and not really do much of anything. Basically, and also kind of prep and get some of the tax season out of the way because that always sucks, but I don't want to think about that right now. Mandolin, thank you so much for the biddies. Yeah, there's new hype train emotes over on the Twitch. Also, Addison, thank you so much for the 4 months. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, so that yesterday's world tour is the last vid you get in until sometime in January. We'll find out. What will your dogs get for Christmas? Well, we got Coda a Christmas pickle as a dog toy about 2 weeks ago, and he's still absolutely obsessed with it. So I think he's set. He got his Christmas pickle. It's a pickle with a little Santa hat on it, and it kind of looks like Pickle Rick. He loves it. It's got a squeaker in it. He's having a great time. But yeah, they're chilling. My friends, click the like button if you haven't already. I hate that I can't see. I have to either look at viewer activity or I can look at how many likes are on the stream. Oh, stupid YouTube. Checks are for kids. Anyways, let's get working. do the dogs unwrap their own presents? We used to get one of those like dog box delivery things a long time ago that would come with like toys and things in it for the dogs and some treats and things. And we used to just like take the packaging tape off of it and let Coda figure out how to open it up himself. And it was pretty, he had a good time with it. Country Bell, thank you for the biddies. Appreciate ya. Okay, so this is the hole. Y'all have seen this hole many times on the community server. It is it's marked off with tape and all of that. I have finished all of the planning. I didn't remove any of the concrete though, so that's my bad. But all of the planning is done. Everything that I want to build in this section is ready to go for all of these buildings. So for a quick little up and down view of what's going on, we've got all of that coming in for the next expansion of the city. So I want to spend time today kind of like prepping for that, and we'll start getting some resources gathered up. And we've just got a few little grind things to do around the city. First off, we have to replace all of these torches with frog lights because torches equal lag.
Pleased to meet you.
So yes, this is the plan. Jesse Gaming, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate you. No more hole soon. I know the city will actually be fully connected with a street that you can walk along all the way up and down that will, in fact, be fully immersed in the city, which is very exciting. I have a bunch of frog lights in here. I can't remember. Taking that as a ner. Okay, let's go get frog lights. Wait, torches are laggy? Yes. The most basic form of lighting in Minecraft is actually one of the laggiest. Reason being, let me find a torch and I'll show you. Actually, I have one in my bundle. I can show you in a second.
Pleased to meet you.
Good to end a day with fWhip stream.
All right, come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. So, torch. The thing we all know and love. You see this little thing right here? You see that little poof? See that little particle going off on it? That right there, that's some certified lag. So, if we replace it all with frog lights, which do not have particles coming off of them, less lag. I know I'm like so blanking on what your normal YouTube name is. But Merritt, thank you so much. Mallow.
A whole year already.
I did. It's Mallow. I was like, I recognize the picture. Thank you so much for the 39 months as a mega fan. I was like, I can do this. I can connect this. I can connect these dots. Wait, do lanterns? No, lanterns do not have an animation, or they do not have a particle. They have an animated texture, but that's much less lag. Particles and textures are rendered differently. Thank y'all for jumping in the hype train. Let's grab some verdant ones because I seem to have a ton of them. And we'll just do that so we can pick up our torches. I don't know how many I need, but we'll start there. There are pearlescent frog lights in your double chest in your home. Yeah, I'm not going to waste pearlescent frog lights. Ooh. What about sea lanterns with the animation? That's an animated texture again, not particles. Technically, they are slightly more laggy than a block that has no animation to it, but that's much less laggy because it's just a GIF. It's just a GIF of her. It's not a particle being emitted where the game has to do something else. It's just a GIF. So it's very different. Okay, so all we're gonna literally do for the next while is we need to run around, punch torch, place frog. I don't know how much extra spawn proofing I've done down here. I'm not gonna bother measuring it out. We're just gonna place torch. We're just gonna run around for a bit and place torch. I've been going through so many different handbooks on how to reduce lag in places. Most of them are like, oh, just install this server thing. And I'm like, no, I want like what is the most efficient way of doing certain things in Minecraft. So this is why you see people always like lighting caves with sea lanterns or stuff instead of torches everywhere. Because torch lag. You inspired me to make a forever world. Nice. Good luck. Have fun. Remember, you can't finish it in a day. Or 2 weeks. Or a year. Or 4 years. There's still things to do. You're gonna move the mobs in the boat? Yeah, eventually when I get up into there, we'll probably just grab them with a happy gas and drag them all somewhere. Question. I haven't updated to whatchamacallit, 0.11 yet. Is it worth it? What's the feedback been so far for all you big time Minecraft gamers who are excuse me, who are on 1.21.11 already, jousting and using spears and riding your horses through rivers? Is it worth? It's a pain. Most mods aren't updated yet. That's kind of what I was figuring. Yeah, I saw a Germ stream yesterday where he was trying to do a few things with it, and it seemed like he was running into, or not yesterday, the day before, when I was live, I think, and he was running into some big ol' crashing issues. What's your go-to gas station drink? Dagda Pepper. That's an inside joke. No, I'll usually, if I want like a soda or something, I'll probably get a Diet Dr. Pepper. But otherwise, I'd like a vitamin water, just like the black one, or the dragon fruit one. Both are pretty good. What's the black one is like triple X or something like that. I can't remember. Unenchanted spears suck, probably just need more practice. So the thing that I've heard a lot of people complaining about is they're like, my spear does no damage. But in reality, spears, if you are within a block of the thing you're attacking, the spear by design does no damage. So a lot of people are struggling with spears because they're having issues zoning the mobs and keeping the mob away because they're trying to play it like they're using a sword. So they're running up to the mob that they're fighting, going, yeah, bah, 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 bah. Or you're using the charge part of the spear to run through something, but then you're staying within the hitbox range of the thing. All right, those don't need to be here. I'm placing Froglight next to Froglight. So that's what I've heard, at least, is that's what I've like come to notice, I guess, not heard, but like noticed most people who are having issues are typically ignore that. That's definitely not lag right there. That's definitely not lagging at all. Yeah, I still don't have a mace.
Pleased to meet you.
Jordan, thank you so much for the 23 months, my dude. You ready for this skill? Miss. Okay, we'll do that. It's fine, totally fine. Ignore my health being at half. It's fine, totally fine. This is all very much just like no man's land down here. Like I'm not even really caring to clean any of this stuff up really, in terms of like, if we need to come down here and build another farm down here, we'll do something. But outside of that, everything down here functions. I do actually eventually want to, when we do the interior of that thing, I want to bring down a different access point to get the mangrove farm, because we are actually sealing most of the way that I fly down into it off, so I can't actually really get to my mangrove farm much anymore. Yeah, you'll see a little bit of a frame increase after we finish this for frame rate. I've already done a bit of a test with it just in the creative copy of I removed all the torches, and I ended up getting another like 15 FPS just by no longer having torch lag. Just with all the particles. So, and the reason being is that if you saw how many frogolites I grabbed, there's a lot of torches underneath the city. There's hundreds of torches underneath the city. I think I overdid it on how many frogolites I needed to grab, but not by much. $15. I guess I'm never eating torches again. Torches are fine in small quantities. Oh, we don't want to go back above ground. Ugh. It's when you have hundreds of them filling up entire areas. Like if you're lighting up all of the caves in a perimeter with torches, you are slowing down, unfortunately, your game as a whole. That's why you see a lot of the big techie guys using, sea lanterns used to be the big thing that everybody used. Now it's kind of frog lights. Once you get access to them, they're much easier to get than sea lanterns. Frog lights are definitely annoying to get in early game, especially compared to a sea lantern. But they are... I think frog lights, once you have a farm for it, and the farm really isn't that bad on Java. It sucks on Bedrock, I will say that much. Unless you set up just like a magma cube spawner or use the magma cube spawner in a bastion and then go from there, because that can make it a bit easier. But yeah, it's kind of rough. Like, why do I have so many here, you know? Like, what was I doing? How did copper ore get in this? I don't even want to know. Why aren't you running? We're gonna move on. Yeah, lanterns are just as good. Iron farms are easy. The big thing about frogolites is that they can float and not occupy. Or they don't need a attaching block to keep them doing their thing, you know? But yeah, lanterns are great. Copper lanterns work. Soul lanterns, but they don't give off as much light. Ideally, you want a full block that gives off light level 15 that does not require another block to keep it floating. Oop. Oh, that's all gross. You can get rid of that in the schematic. That ain't gonna show. Just trying to make sure I have everywhere that. Okay. Do we want to do the big spooky cave? There's a skeleton shooting at me already. Let's do it. We're just gonna do like this main room of it. I don't really care about doing the rest. Just gotta get some amount of safety. Just clear out a copper trial chamber and masscraft copper lanterns. They're cheaper than iron ones. You know, I never really thought about that. That's actually what we're doing next. Is oh, there's a mine shaft. After we finish this, I want to reset the copper aging rooms. So we're gonna dig everything up. We might set a beacon up down there just so we can get haste when I'm working. It would be kind of nice to have. And then I want to reset one floor with copper lanterns, and I want to reset one floor finally with copper doors. So we can do all that. And it should be nice to have all the extra stuff. Is the herp. Just a hoop. How'd you pop your first totem? I got kicked off of a strider in the middle of a lava lake, and my elytra got stuck activated, and I couldn't fly out of the lava. And I also couldn't move quickly, so I my first totem popped. I was trying to bring a strider to the overworld for the advancement. I'm going 50 blocks in lava and a strider in the overworld. And then the strider did not want to go to the overworld. He, in fact, very much said, nah, I'm staying here. Okay. Oh, I was going to say that's everything here. Boop, not it. Not even close. I think I saw another one. Yeah. Hee TNT. Dude, I had somebody comment on the world tour video saying, you know, it's not that impressive when you have a million totems to keep you alive in hardcore. It's really not that cool. And I was like, all right, somebody's never seen my channel before. Like, somebody just got this recommendation and just has come in and never seen anything. But I just commented and I was like, yeah, good thing I've only popped 2 totems the entire time in 4 years playing here. And they deleted their comment instantly. I was like, they just wanted to scream into the void at somebody that they didn't know anything about. Never have to craft torches again. Nah, these are going in the lava. Actually, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Probably put them in a chest. Or turn them all into lanterns. No, I don't. Why'd you ever craft lanterns? I mean, iron lanterns. Copper lanterns, obviously, you do have to craft. I wish we could just, like, apply a copper nugget to an existing torch. And then you could have a copper torch instead of having to craft it from coal and stick. That'd be, I don't know why. I feel like that would be nicer. It'd be a better recipe for a hoarder like me. What's your favorite build that I've done? The Foliage University by far. That one I feel like is just that's by far been my favorite build. Now with the mountain range behind it and everything, it's very, very special to me. Oh, I see a torch. Look at me, I lit up in the walls. Who is that? Kidney stones. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Except, you know, I just prefer you keep the kidney stones to yourself. How many totems has Lynxy popped? I think Lynxy has a rule that he only gets 5 totems in the world. And I think he's popped 4, right? Doesn't he have that rule? Am I going crazy? Am I misremembering that? Never lit this up. I feel like I heard that was... Yeah, the last one I think was when Wardens came out, right? Like with when the Deep Dark originally released. I think that's the last one I remember. Oh, we're right next to the stable in the harbor.
Pleased to meet you.
Bryce Planet, thank you for the 40 months, dude. Great name. Excellent name. No, his rule about them is if he pops one, he has to earn it back, such as fighting a level 5 raid. Oh, okay. I can't remember why I thought... Did he used to have a rule that he had to do a thing? Am I going crazy? I could have sworn he had a rule of something about a limited number of totems. Maybe he changed it. Or maybe he was talking about implementing it. Didn't it go deeper back there? Yeah, it's fine. It's not the end of the world if some mobs spawn in the city. That means they're not spawning on the streets. Keep them in the caves. Totem count 4. Yeah, I knew he had 4 totem swap. I thought for some reason he had a rule about only 5. I do kind of like, in theory, the idea of having a limited number of totems. Didn't the creeper explode the street in the tour? Yeah, shut up. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of having a limited number of totems that you can use. I don't know what that limit would be, because I feel like it's... Obviously, it'd be a per player regulation. Like, you'd have to set it yourself and figure out what you would want your cap to be, because people play this game so differently. Like, I'm pretty sure, just as an example, first person that pops in the head is Cookie God has probably popped like 800 totems in his world. Wouldn't be surprised if that's even closer to 1,000. But that's also like, I'm pretty sure I've seen a few of his videos where the intro is him splatting his face into the ground and popping a totem to say hi to everybody. So like, you have that type of player where then totems are kind of like, they lose their charm. I keep them. I always use a totem because otherwise I would be anxious as heck. It's just the ability to have a cheat death, like in any form of a video game, having a cheat death makes playing hardcore so much less stressful because it gives you a second to think. It's not a get out of jail free card, but it just gives you an extra second to react and think, and you can't just get like one tapped. One per year. If I don't use it in the year, does it roll over? Or do we have like a bad paid totem policy? Like what's the PTO policy on our totem usage? Does it roll over into the next year, or if I don't use it, do I lose it? Can I roll like half a totem into the next year? So like if I don't use a totem for 2 years, does that mean I get an extra totem in the next year? Like, can you splat the mountain? Oh, in that short? No, that was a copy of the world. How long you been working in this world? We have just passed 4 years. We're about 4 years and almost 3 weeks since this world was created. So we've been in here for a minute or two. Also, when I was like, yeah, you know how I've spammed torches everywhere? This is the area I was really thinking would need a lot of torches. And apparently it needs more torches. Zombert, you're not supposed to be here. Oh, you actually probably aren't supposed to be here. You have rotten flesh in your hand. Also, if we need something else to do after we reset the copper aging rooms, I figured we'd go back and just move some more villagers over. I think there's another like 10 or so villagers in the breeder by now, because I've been doing some work in the world, and I also AFK'd for a little bit just to get more villagers to spawn. And what'd you say is the most useful farm in your world? Wither skeleton farm. It's an instant full repair of all tools, unlimited bones, and unlimited coal. So the wither skeleton farm powers every single plant-based farm I have in the world. And like bone meal based farm. So tree farms, moss farms, flower farms, etc. Grass farms, fern farms. All of the farms down there are powered by bone meal. So I would definitely say the Wither Skeleton farm has the most stuff it provides that then allows other things to exist. Like all the Wither Skulls for unlimited beacons as I need them, all of the coal to be able to run my super smelter, craft all the torches and lanterns and whatnot that I would ever need. Unlimited experience to be able to repair everything. It's hard to beat. First time here, welcome on in, dude. Definitely Netherwords. I don't like that you'd be using warped wood without it. Don't act like you... Oh yeah, no, I definitely would. No, I say that all the time. The reason why I built the nether tree farm and the mangrove tree farms is because I can't be bothered to chop those trees down. But the little grass poking through it almost looks like stars. This place is going to be crazy to transform eventually underneath here, because this is going to turn into that... One, we're going to have all of the rooms up there, but then we're also going to have the cavern down below eventually for the underground mushroom part of the fungal department for the fWhip University. I'm not quite ready to tackle that, but I think that is on my list of projects to do for next year. Because I don't like that it's not done yet. I really wanted the whole fWhip University to be completed. If Cam finishes Cambridge on Misadventures before I finish the fWhip University, that's just going to be a shame. I have probably 1 million torches in my claim on realm I play on, and doesn't include a dozen claims the other players. Explains the lag. Yeah, I mean, torches aren't like the end-all be-all of lag. But if you are at the point, like me, where you've been playing in a world for a very, very, very long time, and you have a ton of stuff that is providing negative lag impacts to the world around you, whether it's paintings, item frames, torches, candles, little redstone things going, whatever it might be, the more of those things that you have going, it's all just going to add up. So like if I only had torches in this area lighting up a massive space, it wouldn't have any negative impact to it. But because this is low on the totem pole of stuff that I want to keep, like this is not a big priority to keep these specifically as torches underneath here. These, as we're doing right now, can be changed out to frog lights and have 0 visible impact into the world other than positive performance. But if I were to like change all the decorative candles and things in like item frames and just got rid of those inside of the city, that would have a negative impact to the visuals of the place. So if you've been doing a lot of building and you've been existing in a space for a long time, anything that you can remove that is negatively impacting stuff that doesn't like really matter that it's there, that's goodbye forever. That's going to have a positive impact on performance for your game. So it's just one of those where like I'm very much like I'm in the weeds here, dude. Like I have jumped far down the rabbit hole. We're in Wonderland trying to fix up all of the lag, and it's just we're doing everything we can at this point to try and make the game run better. Are you gonna build the catacombs behind there? Yeah, so eventually it's gonna be, where is the door leading into the main first building is right there. That's the inside of the beginning of the university, and it's gonna be a section that stretches going cheeky free cam mode. It's gonna stretch with a cave system that will lead itself down into here as the other exit. So there'll be huge open caverns, like this whole space we'll utilize, so we don't have to dig out too much. But the idea in there is that we'll have all of the nether plants, and we'll have all the mushrooms, we'll have wither roses, we'll have a like probably a kind of a Blackreach inspired area from Skyrim. So like bigger mushroom trees that are growing underneath, and like being able to use that to light up everything, I think it'd be pretty cool. So it's gonna be a really cool build when we can eventually get to it. What about jack-o'-lanterns? Do they cause lag? I don't believe they do, because they, from my understanding, don't have particles. The thing about torches that causes lag is you can see a little fire particle in the little smoke puffs coming off. That is the lag. The physical part of it being a stick of wood, that doesn't cause any lag. It's the fact that there is a particle coming off of it, and these guys do not have particles. And in current Minecraft code, particles, they're getting more efficient. Mojang has been doing a really good job in making particles a lot more efficient in the game as they're moving towards bringing vibrant visuals to Java. But particles still do cause a pretty healthy amount of lag in this game. So the more if your base gets super laggy, and then you're like, oh, but my 5,000 spore blossoms that I have under my carpet, I love them so much. If you remove those, I'm sure your lag would be fine. How's the weather been for you? It's been dry. We haven't had any rain. I talked to my mom yesterday, and she was like, it is absolutely dumping on us. We're going to like a big event tonight with the fam, and she was like, it's been absolutely dumping. If it's like this, oh, I don't want to be walking around downtown Seattle, blah, 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 blah. I guess it's gonna suck getting to the show and blah 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 blah. And I was like, what do you mean it's raining? It's dry. Like it hasn't. Normally where we live, we get a lot. If there's rain in the area, we're getting rain, which I feel like is part of probably why all of the flooding and everything has been hitting so hard. Granted, it's still just going to the mountains and flooding down the rivers, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's like the storm is coming in a different way. So like we haven't even had the wind. Normally we have a crazy amount of wind. And so it really, like, it hasn't been bad at our house, which has been really nice. But yeah, like my I've had a few family members that were in like the flood risk zones that like called us up and were like, hey, if we have to flee from our house, because like we're next on the flooding of like, if it gets any worse, our house will be in the evacuation zone. Can we just come stay at your house?
Some of those lights under the caps of custom giant cave shrooms would give a Blackreach vibe.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, and then we like cover them with glow lichens so they have kind of a little bit of a messier texture. But Dave, thanks so much for the donut, dude. Appreciate you. Bosses in the Seattle area and had some flooding. Yeah, it really, I was looking at some pictures of the pass, and Sid and I were watching a thing from one of the local news stations where normally there's 4 routes to get from Western Washington to Eastern Washington. If you're not familiar with the state, there's a huge mountain range, the Cascades, that pretty much runs from the north end of the state to the south end of the state, like right more or less down the middle. And there's 4 passes that go across. Currently 3 of them are fully out of commission, as in the flooding has destroyed the roads, to the point where one of the small towns, which we were actually at for a little weekend holiday we did a while ago, Leavenworth is just fully shut down. They had to shut their Christmas festival down. Like right outside of the town, there's just where there used to be a 2-lane road, it's now a 1-lane road because the one of the lanes fell into the river with all of the landslides and the rain and everything. So like that absolutely sucks for them because their Christmas market festival is like their big tourist thing, and it's a tourist town. And then yeah, the two other passes are just fully shut down. One normally closes in the winter because of how much snow it gets, that it's just like it can't stay open. And then another one is also shut down due to flooding. And then the fourth one that is still technically currently open, which is I-90, is going eastbound, like to get to the eastern side of the state, is down to 1 lane of where it's normally 3 lanes because the flooding washed away the land underneath the road. So the road is still there, like the road's still there and everything, but like normally it's like, you know, you go to the road and there's a little bit of like a hill going that way. Currently it comes back in across the 2 lanes and then it goes back. Like all of that road just like got pulled out. So yeah, there's I feel so bad for all the college kids that like are in Eastern Washington for college that are trying to make it home for the holidays and everything, when that traffic to get home, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be really rough for a lot of people trying to move around for the holidays here. Anybody whose family is split between Eastern Western Washington, they're basically like can't see their family for Christmas unless you were to drive all the way down to Oregon and come back up, which would add probably like 6 hours to your drive. Is the pass to Portland open? Yeah, you can still get to Portland. I mean, there's no pass to go to Portland. You just, unless you're talking about Mount Shasta from like California. I know Oregon got hit pretty good with the rain too. I haven't followed too much about what's going on with that state though. I've just been keeping up with what's in Washington. But yeah, thankfully we've been safe and dry where we live, so we haven't had any issues. But yeah, we're just like in this weird little pocket that hasn't gotten any rain. I mean, we've had some. We had a ton earlier this week, but the last 2 days have been dry. The hill in front of our house was an actual just river on like Tuesday, probably. I mean, I was talking on stream on Monday that my power went out right before stream started, so that was a windstorm. Yeah, rabbit, I'm sure that's insane. The one thing I wish we could have done when we did our big garage reno, because we did like a whole electric panel stuff, and I was like, what I wish I had done is that there's now like you can just get like a battery that it's basically a generator, but that just like is like built in. I was like, we should have done that. It was way expensive, that's why we didn't do it. But I looked into it briefly, and I'm like, if we had the funds at the time, I would have loved to have just like had a whole built-in thing and a battery backup, so that like one that helps with tech and all that, if like my computer were to ever, or anything in the house were to, like if the power were to trip, the battery kicks on automatically, so you actually don't lose power. It just starts draining the battery instead. Like that would have been great. And then it's like it'll pop up on your phone and be like, you have 20 minutes until your power runs out because you're on battery right now. And then you can usually just like feed a generator in next. But would have been nice. What's good? I'm a new subber. Welcome on in. We are punching torches and putting frog lights down, because this apparently makes your game run faster. We should be done with this fairly soon. This is kind of the biggest now. This is definitely the biggest of the caverns that I've done because I wasn't doing like full landscaping things before this. So we should be good to go. Excuse me, why are we grumbling up there? Torch. Yep. Any other torches? I see a torch over there. Any others over here? Torch. Yep. It'd be nice if there's a setting option to turn off the torch animation. Yeah, I think there probably are some mods that do it, but they're more like they cull particles across the board. I don't want that. I like particles. I just like to pick where the... And I like particles from torches. Like, the torch having a particle is not the issue. The issue is how many torches I've used in areas that don't need torches. Like, that's where the lag is coming into play. It's not that I have, like I still have some torches in the city in places that I wanted to have specifically a torch there. I'm going to keep those. I'm not getting rid of those. Like we're not gonna remove things that are there for decoration or torches along like the roads throughout the world and everything. Like all of those are staying. There's zero plans to get rid of any of that. But everything that's like under here that just we will never know that these used to be torches and that they're now frog lights. This is something that hopefully we will never see from above ground. And if it is something that we can see into here, that means it's a build that I need to do to be able to block that angle off. So that's just a project I haven't finished. Yeah, I was speaking of texture pack stuff, I was messing around with some stuff on the texture pack recently. I can actually show y'all. I've decided to go back to the vanilla iron bar texture like shape, because if you know, I used a different iron bar that was more like a wrought iron thing that was cool. I really did enjoy it. But I was looking about turning the copper ones into that to match it, and I was not really happy with how they turned out. So instead, I decided to revert the iron bar back to the vanilla shape, and then I updated the texture color on it to match the darker shade that I had on mine. So it's very subtle, but for people with access to texture pack download, there's in the texture pack feedback, I put a before and after screenshot of it. But yeah, so I changed the iron bar back to what is vanilla for the pack. And just made it slightly darker, and I like it more. I think it's more usable this way. Does Beacon Farm from the Mud Farm not reach the copper aging area? It might. I want to check. There's the one in Basalt Farm. I think that might reach. So we're gonna try that first before we set up a new one. I'm a little worried it's only gonna get like half of it, but half is better than none, I guess. Suppose. Okay. Now to the upper city. Now we're gonna have to go underneath the harbor too. We're gonna have to find a way into there. Might have to break our way in. I knew this was gonna take a bit. But dang, dude. I also forgot some torches down at the bottom. So I've been playing Civ 7 a lot recently. I think I mentioned that on stream a few times, but I've been trying to give it a shot because like they've had a bunch of patches out, and their latest DLC is just free right now to try and like get players back into the game. You just for like another month, it's free.
Be careful to the creepers, Nate.
Milky, thank you for the 35 months, dude. I appreciate you. Yeah, we got it. We're good. Don't worry. But it's been fun. I've been having a really good time. I haven't played the new leader that they have yet, but he's been in every game that I've played. He looks cool. So if anybody here is a Civ fan that hasn't fully given up on 7, it's pretty good now. I've been enjoying it. I still think the modern age needs some work, but the first 2 ages are really fun. I've been having a really good time with them. It definitely seems easier though. Like normally in like 5 and 6, I never felt like I was able to just like send it on deity without like really thinking, which is the hardest difficulty. And now on 7, maybe I've just turned into like a god tier gamer, but I don't think so. But I've been able to just like wing it and just like send it on deity and been like, oh yeah, no, I can keep up. I'm not getting a surefire win, but like I can keep up, and I'm competitive. I'm not just instantly getting my butt kicked. You make sewer grates that get to the underneath with a crimson trapdoor on top of a dark oak trapdoor. Yeah, it's just like a little way for me to slide in. That's not a bad idea. We do that in the harbor somewhere, just like hide a little thing. I feel like a copper trapdoor could also work too. Civilization. It's a strategy game. My opinion is Civ 6 isn't broken and is fun, so have no appeal to play 7. I totally get you on that. I feel like 6 is actually the one that I played the least of the latest ones. Like 5, I have well over 2,000 hours played on Civ 5 because me and my friends in high school played. Like we would like meet up on a Saturday morning, get in a Skype call, and we would play an entire game of Civ. Like that was I was so cool in high school, y'all. Oh my god, I was so cool. But yeah, we would just have people that would slide in and out of the game if anybody had to leave or something. Like the AI would just take over, then you'd come back and be mad at whatever the AI ruined that you were trying to do. Or other people just join and try and take over what an AI was trying to do, and somehow they would make it work. But it was fun. It was a really good time. Between that and StarCraft, those 2 games pretty much defined my gaming in high school. And then this whole Minecraft thing came along. You were cool. What happened? Dude, I don't know. I just stayed super cool. Is that there? I want to take that. Those things are hard to get. Not hard. Annoying to get. Finally dealing with the lighting system. Yeah, we're replacing all of the torches with frog lights to cut down the particles. It won't solve the issue, but it's another step in the right direction. For those who have been watching the series more recently, or for those who forgot like me, there was a village here. Okay, that's a trap.
Dang it, I did it again.
Yeah, this is a village. This was the church. You can tell because it's the bottom half of a church. I even stole the windows, dude. I stole the windows out of this church. We said we're replacing them all. The original village just being hidden underground is so funny. I kind of love that it's down here. I feel like I need to do like a what Seattle, I'm sure other cities do, but they have this like underground Seattle tour you can do, which is pretty cool. But for those who don't know, the waterfront in Seattle got raised up way long ago, like way before I was born, because of, I believe there was like a landslide or something that just like brought a bunch of soil in that then covered a lot of buildings and things that like their first floors, so they're just buried underground. And then the city just rebuilt on top of it because it was better than trying to fix the issue and remove tons and tons of dirt. So anyways, we could do something like that. But anyways, there's like this tour that you can do where a group has carved out these tunnels where you can go and like visit the old shop fronts and like kind of see what's going on down there and get a little glimpse of a small area of it. And we could do something like that here, like just kind of like hide some of these things and make like a little like route where you can walk through and like get into the village houses. Could be kind of fun. Why did I put two torches just right next to each other? I don't know, man. Let's go Hawks. I know I haven't seen the game yet, but I saw the final score of the Hawks game, and I all I saw was the Seahawks fans were saying we're so back. What, beat the Rams by 1? I'd be pretty down with the Seahawks being good again. I'm not much of a football fan though, like American football. Not much of a soccer fan either, but I enjoy a soccer game more than I enjoy a football game. I like I like college football. Not so much of a NFL fan. This is the Adventurers Guild I still need to build. Yeah, it's really a skinny space in here. I really didn't give y'all much room to work with on that one. Do the torch particles rise through the streets, or is this just for lag reduction? This is just for lag reduction. The particles will get stopped by the blocks above them. Like the torch particles don't really leave the block space they're in. Maybe they're like partially into the next layer, but this is all just for lag prevention, because even though we can't see the particles are happening. I do have culling stuff that gets rid of some of it for some performance mods, but they ain't perfect. They don't get everything. My husband and in-laws are devout college football fans, but they could generally care less about pro football. I think college football is more fun because, at least for my understanding, I like that there's more things up in the air. Like, and if it's a college kid, like their level of play they're still insanely talented. There's some who are just so impressive, but they're still college kids, and they mess up. Like even like the best ranked players, they'll mess up eventually. And so even though you can have a team that's like rank 1 or whatever, and they're just absolutely insane, there's still chances for mistakes. Where when you get into the pros, like you get into the NFL, if they're somebody who's in the NFL and they're making mistakes, that's like they're not going to last long in the NFL. And so then it comes more down to like the coaches doing everything correct instead of the players doing the best that they can with what they are doing out there. It comes down more to like the strategy of the coaching. And I like it when it's more up to like the players being able to perform well and seeing what they can do. Like the coach is obviously going to guide, and they're building the system. There's a lot of stuff into it, but like I just like a little bit more risk that comes with the kids who are playing like college football instead of NFL. I also have a lot more family connection with the UW Huskies out here, so dang it, that's not gonna work. So it's also more fun when you have family that cares about it more. not a fan of football. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but I'll go to a Husky game every once in a while. I don't really follow any of it. I also just, I don't know. I feel like there's too much stoppage time in American football. I understand why, because they're running at each other full speed. They're all just insanely muscular, and like it'd be dangerous for them to like not have breaks and everything like that. But also there's just a lot of break time. Especially for like how many people are on the teams and everything like that. Like it was, what, isn't it like there, because the quarters are 15 minutes, but the quarters can count down even if the ball is not in play. And just in like the snap timer. And I can't remember the exact number, but there's a study done recently that analyzed like an entire season worth of like NFL football games, and the ball was like in play for less than 12 minutes. I'm pretty sure the number was, it could be plus or minus a few, but I know is like the ball was actually moving for less than a full quarter of the game. And I'm like, why are we having an hour-long game if the ball's not moving that much? I feel like the amount of like setup time that they're using that also then turns into time that like wastes down the clock and everything. I'm like, nah, that's, I don't know. I like games that are more active and like a shorter, but like we went to a hockey game earlier this week, and that was super fun because it's just action nonstop for the entire time. For like if the period is going, like it's just nonstop. Like the amount of time that stops if there's like a penalty or something, or even a goal being scored or something like that, like it'll be a minute or two into the period continuing, like play will happen again, and then the announcer comes on and it's like confirming that was a real goal by blah blah blah. Like they'll just say it over the top while the players are continuing on. Kraken or Torrent? We went to a Kraken game earlier this week. I really want to go to a Torrent game though. We have some friends that got season tickets and would absolutely love to make it to a game soon. I think it's so awesome that Seattle, the Torrent started. I'm not in love with the name or the logo. I really wanted Seattle Sirens, like the sea creature siren, but New York apparently has the New York Sirens, as in like the wee woo wagon siren. So they already took Sirens in the stupidest way possible, but I thought Siren could have been a really cool, because almost every sports team is like ocean water themed. So Torrent just doesn't really feel, I don't know. It doesn't feel in line with all the other Seattle team names. I'm not a big fan of the Torrent name. I'm so happy we have a team. Like I'll support them nonetheless. But I was not sold on the name when it finally got announced. Yeah, rugby players are nuts though, Kiwi. I had one of my buddies in college was the captain of my college's rugby team, and he was trying to convince me to join because he was like, you played water polo, you should come play rugby with us. And I was like, dude, I don't land sport. I don't land sport at all. And also rugby seems like, water polo is pretty intense, but rugby seems more intense than water polo. Like I'm good. I know I will get hurt, and I like to avoid getting hurt as much as I can. We also have rain. Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I gotta go to a game and then I'll be sold on the Torrent for a name. But the logo itself, the logo looks like it was like made in clip art or something. And I know they probably went through so many iterations, and I'm pretty sure the Women's Hockey League, is it WNHL? I always forget what the actual acronym for it is. But I know they have regulations about the style for everything, so everything looks in line branding wise and all that. It's like there was limits of what they could do, but the like watery looking tee is just feels like clip art. PWHL, thank you. What's the P stand for? I know it's Women's Hockey League. What's the P? Professional Women's Hockey League, I'm assuming. There's so many hockey leagues in this country, I can't keep track sometimes. Well, wait till you get into the baseball leagues. That all somehow result in the World Series, but it's only American teams playing. Just leave that one up there, I'm lazy. That's just a sign I need to fix that interior. No baseball. Dude, I did get into baseball this last year. When the Mariners were going, I was there for it, man. I haven't watched baseball much since I was a kid. My dad used to love going to the game, so I'd go with him a bunch. But yeah, I haven't been a big baseball enjoyer for most of my life. But when the Mariners are going, that was fun to see the whole city rallying behind them and just like so there for it. So that made it really, really fun to start engaging with it more and being a part of it and everything. Like Lightmatic a printer on or something? What did I set the keybind to? I thought I removed Lightmatic printer. Why can't I break this block? Why can I not break this block? It's not making more. It's just giving me my... It's like auto... I could have sworn I uninstalled Lightmatic printer. Easy place is off. Why are you placing that? Did I... Weird. Is this one? No, that doesn't do it. I guess that torch stays, dude. Something in this game said that torch had to stay. Yeah. That's not good. Printing mode true. What the... I don't know how that was on. What did I have it set to? Oh, I have it set to caps lock. I must have bumped it. Weird. Good thing I figured that out now before I start building something.
Pleased to meet you.
fWhip heart fWhip cozy fWhip up fWhip woo woo fWhip bop.
Jewel, thank you for the 28 months at Tier 2, my dude. I really appreciate you.
Pleased
Thank
to
you,
meet
thank
you.
you, thank you. And what? 64 months, full stack.
Colon underscore fWhip heart colon underscore fWhip cozy colon
Got a
underscore
full
fWhip colon
stack here.
underscore fWhip yavoo.
Why did he despawn? I had 2 zombie villagers sitting in this. Oh, they despawned. Dude, I think we did. No, there's Torch. Joel, thank you so much for all the support, my friend. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That looks noticeably worse now. But let's do a quick little scan. Oh, I gotta come over. We should get all of those, but think it's... I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't... Oh, I have a way to get down into there. Okay, we'll go get all of those. That's easy. Torch is gone because of the lag problem. Yeah, torches have a particle that flickers off of them, which can cause lag in your world if you have mass quantities of it. So in order to just do a little bit more that I can, I'm trying to squeeze out every little inch of performance I can out of this world. So that's leading to removing torches. Apparently I got rid of the stairs to get down here. Apparently I've been on live television before. Oh, I'll leave that. Didn't realize they generate them. That's good to know. Yeah, if you look at the torch, the little fire, that's a particle. A little fire that's popping off, that's a particle. And the little smoke that comes with it. That right there is a particle. We fixing lag everywhere. We're trying to fix it in the city just a little bit more. Step by step. Like we're doing pretty good now. Like I'm at almost 300 FPS when I'm in this cave. I'm at 100 when I'm looking towards the city. But I did a test where I went into the city and I ran around for a bit, let everything load in, and then I was checking my FPS in there. And I was getting about 80 to 90 FPS inside of the space. And then I flew all the way out to somewhere where I have never been before. Haven't built anything. El Natural Minecraft landscape. And I was getting closer to 500 FPS. And I was like, huh. No wonder everything in the city is so laggy. And like it's really not helping my game run smoothly. Because I'm getting literally a quarter of the performance, if not a fifth of the performance I get when I'm out somewhere where I have not built anything. So I started looking into seeing what I can do to help performance. I've been kind of taking this time where I'm done with videos to the next bit, and I don't really want to like full send on producing another video right now. So I've been kind of using this time to look into lag prevention methods, see what else I can implement that'll help my game run smoother.
Pleased to meet you.
Rain and thunderstorms, I so appreciate the 15 months, but like,
fWhip hard, _fWhip cozy.
no more rain, no more thunderstorms, please. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. But you're always welcome. You're just like, no, just like keep the rain and thunder to yourself. It'd be great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. Oh my gosh. I was looking at I saw a graph of all the snow coming to the mountains this weekend in Seattle. And right now the mountains are empty. Like they're bare. Pretty much there's like no snow on any of the mountains. It's kind of crazy. Especially for this time where last year I'm pretty sure some ski resorts were open. But Stevens, which is a ski resort here, is supposed to get 36 inches of snow this weekend. For people who don't understand freedom units, 3 feet of snow, that's a lot. That's like up to my waist. Like I'm 6'1", and so it'd be half of my height of snow. just this weekend alone. 1 meter. Yeah, thank you. And then Mount Baker, which is known as getting like insane snowpacks, is supposed to get closer to 40 inches of snow this weekend. So almost 3.5 feet of snow. Like just this weekend alone, like starting today through Sunday. That's how much snow they're supposed to get. It's got to stay cold enough. Yeah, that's the big part right now, is it's still been kind of warm. But it's nuts, dude. Yeah, I'm excited to see the mountains from our house this, or after we get another clear day, seeing like the transition of no snow to snow everywhere. Why did I think you're a short king? You're 6 foot. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, the small one over here is thinking I'm a short king. Come on. I'm just messing with you, dude. Yeah. I don't know where people always think I'm short. I don't get it. I give gremlin energy, not short king energy. It's different. But I had somebody a while ago say, wow, I thought they associated me and Joel with being the same height. And that one just kind of hurt because there's pictures out there of Joel and I next to each other and I got like a head on him, dude. Was Linksley here saying you're short? Probably. He's just mad because I call him short all the time. But like he self-proclaims as short. I've never proclaimed as short. No offense, I am 5'1". Is that Goblin Foot from Empire Stalking? Yeah, I mean, I just picked a persona that I felt like I could attach to. That way I didn't have to RP at all. I just was me in my truest form. Being a little goblin causing chaos. Poking the bear. First, step 1, find a bear. Step 2, poke. That was me on Empire Season 2. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, how did I get down here? Oh, we went down the river, so we're back up. So Pearl is taller. I think Pearl and I are about the same height. Actually, she might be taller than me. Pearl is really tall. I can't remember. There are some photos of Pearl and I somewhere from either TwitchCon or Minecraft movie, but she did have heels on in the Minecraft movie, so she's definitely taller than me there. But I'm trying to remember if... Yeah, I don't know. Pearl might be taller than me. Pearl do be tall. She do. She's such a nice person, though. Not that that is anything to do with height. Just general, Pearl is such a nice person. First try. I would love to do a series with Pearl. Pearl and Gem. I haven't chatted with either of them in so long. I actually did chat with Gem briefly a little bit ago, but I gotta reach out to them and hang with them soon. You should try to come up with a fantasy sport that the people in your world like to play. I do want to get a jousting arena set up, and that was before the jousting came into Minecraft, so now I really want to... okay, we're fine. Now I really want to do it, because I feel like we can actually make it functional somehow. Because, like, jousting, you can knock people off their mount, right? Isn't that a part of the feature? Where's this go? Oh. Isn't that a part of it? You have it bad, you're 5'10", but everyone thinks you're 6 foot. Yeah. Short king indeed. Just kidding. Maybe time to remove some farms for Roos leg. You mean like Minecraft redstone farms, not my farmland, right? Because otherwise the sword would be coming out. Oh, I don't want to go down here. I want to go back up. fWhip, please answer. Answer what? Okay, let's get rid of the dynamic lights because that always adds lag when I'm holding it. If we're looking around in the city, it's bouncing between 80s and getting up. It's going like into the heart of the city. Like if we're in here. That's consistently 3 digits. Y'all can't see it, but it's jumping between 105 FPS to 138 is what I've seen as a peak. Pretty stable in like the teens, like the 100. Ooh, there's 150. Dang, dude. Hidden chicken zombies again? Probably. Somewhere. Actually, I don't know. I've never checked this area to see if there's any like mob disgusting pits. I can't look at that. That's cheating. There's just a few single torches. It's okay if we miss a few. We got most of them. That's the important part. Yeah, dude, I'm not seeing any like big like piles of entities. Normally they'd be like sitting about this level. Ooh, there's a cave we missed. That's fine, probably. Yeah, there's some up here. Like, getting rid of all of these would be worth it, but... do I really need to? I don't know. Okay, we can get rid of... I mean, that's actually one of the interiors I want to do next, so... both of those are ones I want to do next. So if I leave the torches, that means... dude, what was I thinking? There's like 12 torches in there. Okay. Wait, lit candles have particles? They do. Lit candles do have particles, but candles are too pretty to get rid of. So obviously the candles stay. You know, look how cute they are. Look at that little pretty candle. It's basically a torch particle, just smaller. But look how many torches we just got rid of. 9 stacks, 10, 11, 12. 12 and a half stacks of torches. Plus or minus probably another stack that we just let despawn on the ground. So now that we got all of these, we can just go drop them all off. That I think that actually is going to help a lot with the lag. Why no mob switch instead of a gazillion light sources? Because I play on hardcore, not peaceful. If you make a world mob switch, you're just playing on peaceful. In my opinion. Okay, we'll put all of our torches in there. We'll put the extra fog lights in there in case I need them for later. And that is that. How about 2 more civilizations you yak into your world near sea monument? Ocean monument, you mean? And in jungle sea inspired? Yeah, we've got the ocean monument here. If you saw the world tour yesterday, we have a little jungle village up in here that we built on stream a little bit ago. I still want to do something in the savannah. I think that's gonna be really cool. I'm not too sure on the theme yet. Part of me wants to make it like almost gothic-y, but I'm not actually gonna start planning that until this region is done. Like, and a big part of done is finishing off all of the city buildings. Will you eventually do all of the interiors, or is it a future foot problem? I would love to. I think if we can have everything in Path done so that you could walk into any house and it will have an interior and all of it has just cool elements to it, I think would be absolutely amazing. So, yeah. Love the world tour yesterday. Really enjoyed the Misadventures dungeon. Yeah. Like a secret thing that I would need to talk to Lizzie first, but I think I mentioned on stream. But I would love if I finish this before Misadventures is done, seeing if we can somehow make a portal. Granted, a lot of these blocks in here are things that are future versions and Misadventures is on, so that'd be a slight issue. But if we could somehow make a portal that would like spawn you in here and then like Lizzie turns the city into a dungeon. Could you imagine? That could be insane. That could be such a cool thing to experience. Just give her, like, rip out the city from the world, and she could turn it into something. Can we check what the peeps on the public creative server did for the interiors? People with server access can jump and visit all of them at any point in time that they want. I'm not going to jump on there right now, though, because I've got too many other things I need to do. The world map is Zeros. In the savannah, an African-inspired / straw huts would be cool. I feel like that would be really cool to see, but it's not something that I feel like I could take the style very far. I think something like that could work out really cool for like a single village or something. But I think I would struggle a lot with making it something larger than a village. And I want the area out there to be another city. It's kind of where I'm at. Mod Watcher here, finally catching a stream. Welcome on in, dude. What chance do you have in your sword? Sharp 5, sweeping edge 3, looting 3, and breaking 3, mending. Fire aspect, no. Fire aspect and knockback, I feel like get me in more trouble than they get me out of trouble. Why do I have arrows in here? Ew. Ew. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go clean up with copper. That's what we're gonna do. When are you gonna tackle the Path Port expansion? That's gonna be when we're working on the mountain up here. So we'll probably do one episode where we do the port underneath and do all the like the lower terraforming, and then another episode will be the whole top. Okay. Hopefully this will work to get us beacon buff underneath the copper aging area. I'm a little worried it's too far away. It's feeling pretty far away, but it does go, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. You should have an area of the city under construction with unfinished buildings and cranes lifting walls. Cranes are too modern. I mean, you could have medieval cranes. That's definitely a thing. Okay, so we don't get the buff here. Do I get the buff on this side? I do there. Okay, so if we do strips going this way. Sweet, we can pick up all of our chains. It's gonna take a minute. I would love to do I think I want to do a building that's like burned down. I feel like a burned down building in a residential area could be kind of cool for like a little subtle story. But I don't like something that like freshly was charred. I've thought could be kind of a cool thing to do. I don't know if I will. Cause like I do also like the idea that Path is like weirdly perfect. Like it's very weirdly utopian. Are you streaming at all next week? We'll stream on Monday. I don't know about the rest of the week yet. Wednesday for sure, no. Friday potentially. Yeah, medieval cranes were very much a thing. I definitely jumped to modern crane when I first thought, but no, we already have medieval cranes. I always feel like the term crane feels more modern, but then like we have cranes at the dock. Built a monastery in this world? Not yet, no. There's a burnt down tree in your birch forest. True. I also feel like that one looks terrible though. That's such a bad tree design. Where are you planning on putting the Halloween mobs? I'm planning to put them underneath the monument that we're gonna build to the south for all like the stat tracking. Along the river, that big mountain that we tore out. So I need to move them all over there. I want to put them in like the basement as probably like they'll be on like pedestals as guards or something. We'll figure out how to lock them in. Ugh. But I like the idea that they're all just down in there and we can kind of fill them out as we catch more and more and more of them, as they're pretty rare. So I know I didn't stream or play on Halloween this year, but if I'm in town next year, we'll do the same thing and try and do some more mob hunting. I finally understand what all of this mining, off-camera mining truly is. This is it. We're not getting a beacon buff over here at all, are we? What exactly are you fixing? We just removed... Oh, no, we still are. We just removed almost 13 stacks, I think it was, of torches from underneath the city. They were all producing particles and causing more lag in the world. Are you going to build a city with the same style as the City of Path, for example? Like in the custom train region? Same build style? No. I would not be surprised if I do something that's a medieval city again at some point, but I'm not going to be like, hey, we're going to intentionally make it the same style as Path. But Path, the build style here is pretty wide. Pretty wide open in terms, it's very much like Minecraft medieval. I didn't pick like Baroque architecture or 16th century London, blah, blah, or like whatever you would want to like. I wasn't down into a niche very much in here. I kind of just did Minecraft medieval for this whole thing when I started, so I kept with that throughout. But I feel like if I pick another one, I want to actually like start researching like IRL older cities and towns that have like a lot of that architecture preserved or something, and try and make something more clearly based off of a specific region. Like the Tuscan area, I'm really excited about doing. Isn't it spawning mobs now? No, we replaced every torch with a frog light, which does not create particles, so it still lights it all up. Rich architecture is a nice idea, though. Yeah, it'd have to be, you have to figure out which era you'd want to go in. London has been through a lot of architectural eras that a lot are hard to trace back originally, just between the Great Fire of London that burned down most of the city. So you lost that entire era worth of architecture. And then you have World War II that flattened a lot of the city, unfortunately. So you lost a lot of the architecture that was created before World War II after the fire. So it'd be hard to, like, I feel like I'd want to research on like some of the older styles. I don't really want to do like an 1800s style. London was burned like 7 times. Yeah. No.
Pleased to meet you.
44 months.
Oh, by the way, we have a second floor to do. Hey, Brown Thunder, thanks so much. Yeah, we've been good. No, we've had some people who are close to the evacuation zones, but everybody's been okay so far. So glad to hear your family's doing good. Lime, thank you so much for the 44 months. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ever played Hollow Knight? I started to play through a few months ago, and I still have yet to finish it. I'm pretty close to the end, but I kind of put it down and have just been avoiding picking it back up. Volter, I've made a bunch of tutorials in the past, and they just don't work on my channel. So you can feel free to watch the streams and ask tips, or watch the videos and try and pick up some things from there, but I'm not going to be doing a tutorial on how to build better, as I've done some in the past and nobody watched them comparatively to my other videos. And I also just don't like making tutorials, I'll be honest. What evacuation zones? With all of the flooding going in Washington right now, they've had a lot of regions that are where the state has told people they need to evacuate as they're of risk of being caught in the floods. Finish Hollow Knight so you can play Silksong. I was talking to Green a bit ago, and he said that he finished Silksong and went back to play Hollow Knight, and then he was like, Silksong just felt so much cleaner. Like, it was so much easier to play than Hollow Knight. So I was like, okay. Watch Mythical Sausage for tutorials. Has Sausage done a tutorial in the last, like, 4 years? He used to have a ton, but I don't think Sausage has done a tutorial in a long time. When was the last time Sausage posted a video? Because I know he did Vampires SMP, but has he posted a video outside of that for a while? Not that that's not content, but I'm curious if he's ever going to start a single player series again, or if he's just going to kind of turn into jump into SMP to SMP. Creeper just blew up your storage system. Ouch, my guy. Glad I finally caught a stream. Welcome in. Click the like button if y'all haven't already. It helps me out a bunch, so I do appreciate it.
Keep it real.
A different look that wouldn't be out of place in your world would fit with the Etruscan style, an ancient world Byzantine or Mesopotamian settlement.
Isn't it Byzantium? Byzantium architecture? I don't know. That could be cool. I feel like I'm definitely, my brain's going back to like Age of Empires 2 for the Byzantine art that they used in there. That could be fun though. That could be fun. Pixarifs also Dave, thank you for the donut. I appreciate it. Yeah, Pixarifs does tutorials, but they're more like general how to play the game. He does some building tutorials. He kind of sprinkles them in, but for the most part, Pixarifs is like a general Java. I mean, he is the Minecraft survival guy. Ugh. Byzantine has the cool walls. That would be a starting point for something. Yeah, didn't they use like a lot of blue and paint on their walls? Or am I thinking of a different thing? Well, there's a heck of a lot of chains. Woohoo! Okay. We're gonna go drop all these chains off that are now fully oxidized. Why are you destroying all this stuff? This is my aging room. And then we're going to set up a new beacon here because I don't want to deal with that. We're going to just like have a little lever in here. They can take a beacon. Oh, no, just kidding. So I want to have a beacon that'll basically shine through, because this is just a slab. So we could have a beacon shining through there. And then we just like, it'll have to be over here somewhere, maybe. Did I miss a piece of dirt? Since What? What? Sorry, I have to fix that immediately. Nobody saw nothing. Put course dirt there too. No, I don't. I put one back. I wanted to keep one. Moroccan architecture. Morocco. I would love to go to Morocco one day. Seems like such a cool place. Oh, I don't want to go down. I wanted to be... You need to be under. Aha, right at it. I did forget one. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go drop all of these off. This is your reminder to stretch out your wrists. Y'all, we got 1,000 people in here. We ain't even have 500 likes yet. Click that like button. I want to use more copper in my builds, but constantly run out.
Ever thought of making a willow tree for the Foliage University? It would look great, and as a bonus would be true to Earl biology.
I love Earl biology. A view of my mind, thank you for the donut. I feel like I've yet to design a willow tree in Minecraft that I actually like. It's the most reason why I haven't. But yeah, if you need tips on getting copper, go destroy a trial chamber. That's the #1 copper getting tip. Is just find a trial chamber, set up a beacon, get destroying. This is all oxidized. Sweet. You can all go in there. Look at all them trapdoors. Look at all them chains. All that wax stuff. We'll have to come back over here because we need to... Problem is I need probably a lot more than that. We need a lot. How's another steampunk city coming along? Cyberpunk is, I believe, what you mean. But I'm happy to say, I think round 1 of our cyberpunk city is done. I got a few little details that I want to do. But I think, yeah, I think everything that I want to do for the first... Wow, dude, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry I'm yawning all over the place. But I think everything I want to do for the first
fWhip stream. We like those. _
video. That's the word I'm looking for. I think everything I want to do for the first video out there is done. All right, we need to get a ton of lanterns now. I should have looked at how many things I tore up. I didn't do that. We're gonna get rid of the bars first. Let's set up a beacon and then we'll deal with it. Ninja, thank you so much for the dono and the gift membership. OMGs. OMGs, 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 OMGs. I feel like I slept pretty well last night. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I apologize. Boop. Okay. Now we need to get ourselves a little piston. Need to get... I don't have a single shrine. One slimy boy. Any slimy boys. Slimy boy. One sticky piston. We need to get some of that. Probably some of that. And I need one of those. Done. Okay. That'll be fine. Oh, I also need a redstone torch. Because we gotta flip it. Not that I won't have all that stuff on me anyways, but it's fine. Well, I got in here that I can use to make a redstone line on that I won't actually dig up. Cobble works. Okay. I would love for this to be somewhere where it's a slab. Could we do it like here? Nope. That's all just the middle of the room. Are you slab? Your slab. Yes, we can do this side. Okay, so we are going to, just for a, this is a slab, just a little half slab. No, it's right beyond it. This right here, that's a slab. Okay, we're gonna set up the beacon. This cobblestone here, just for a quick little test to make sure before I commit to building up the entire thing. It works. Great. I don't know why I broke those blocks. I could have just built on top, but that's cool. All right. We're gonna set up a beacon right over here towards the bottom of our thingamabop. Watched your world tour. Thanks. What'd you think? Out Christmas shopping / birthday shopping, so I'll probably end up watching the VOD later. All good, Potato. You have a good one.
Pleased to meet you.
Putrid Tomcat. Thanks for becoming a member. That's a name. Do you have any plans for the custom train that you're building? Like the big landscape?
Cha-ching!
Eventually I want to get a big old village up on top of it. And like, I would love to have like a huge mountain in the back inspired by Mount Rainier. Which is a big mountain in the Pacific Northwest that I've grown up staring at my entire life, so.
Keep it real.
How are you and what's the plan? Underscore fWhip cozy.
First, Peter Cat, thank you for the gift membership. Thank you. And in Jan, I'm a little tired, but I'm doing good. The plan is we're gonna do this, then we're gonna fill up the copper aging room. Well, we're gonna tear down all of the. We're gonna tear down all of the things. Thought I missed one. In the bottom floor of our copper aging facility. And then once we get through all of that, we're going to fill it back up with one floor. I'm hoping we have enough ingots to make doors. And one floor, I'm hoping we have enough. Okay, so that will work there. Ow. Do I still have a little hole over here? I think I do. I can make a hole. Okay. 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 Sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to figure out when just line up to there, and then we'll just dig straight. Another 2 blocks over. I could have taken coordinates, but I'm lazy. Another 1 block over. Okay. I guess I really don't. Nah, I'd like to be able to, I like to be able to walk along redstone lines that I make if I, in case need to move them or something later. This is getting brighter. Huh. Okay, cool. We definitely need more redstone dust. That is for sure. No 7 or 6, but what if it's a 6 or a 7? Then what do we do? How do you figure out what niche you should do for starting a channel? I can't answer that for you. Only you know what you want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pretty sure it's 15, right? Right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, we need to get piston. Oh, that's gonna knock me off. All right. That should mean that we're off. If there was a set way to find your new channel niche to do content for, it probably wouldn't be a niche. Exactly. If I give you the answer to what is an open niche that'll help you grow your channel, you best believe I'm already making videos in that niche, and I'm not going to tell you. You can watch my videos and try and pick up ideas that maybe you can use to your content, but if I have ideas of like stuff that's going to work in a Minecraft series to make a successful channel,
we working on today?
I'm not giving that out for free. What do you mean monstrosity, queso fiend? What do you mean? This is a very nice box that has very liminal lighting at the top. It's very pleasant and nice. Ignore that the lighting doesn't go all the way around. There's no... Now we're, that's how that works. No, we're trying to swap over the copper aging rooms right now and install the beacon to make mining a little bit faster down here. No, I don't want that. I wanted to move that to there and there and there and there. Blah, 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 blah. Or another few dozen people that hear it will start their own channels for it. True. Bro, Axiom play in hardcore world creative. Dude, I love having a creative hardcore world. It's so, so good. Okay, hopefully these mine faster. They don't. You could have Axiom in survival. That'd be pretty legit, huh? That'd make building really easy. Imagine if I could just like look at something and say like, put circle. Nice. Monstrosity in size only. Sure. Look at that recovery right there. Sure, that's what you meant. I'm just kidding. Okay. Remind me when we're done digging these that I need to count how many are in here. No, but we've already mined out a few in the corner, so we'll just, like, whatever it is, we'll just fill out the next stack. We may have to go mine some copper, too, which would be unfortunate, because I don't think I have time for that. I gotta go get all cleaned up and stuff to go out tonight. Remember, future football, thank you for this. Yep. No, I mean, like, this is one of those things that I need to be better about cycling it. I do wish there was an easier way to cycle it than, like, this mining point is a little painful. I have seen some people have made some pretty cool systems using TNT to auto blow it up, because TNT will drop everything, but they're all like smaller little pods. It's not even like half a stack of blocks per TNT that you use. So like you'd have to, your time spent on this would then just be time spent farming TNT to be able to use it. It's probably not one-to-one, like you're still saving some time, but it still just adds an extra step, unless you did like a little TNT duper for each pillar. But then you just got to be careful that you don't blow two up that would cause it all to come crashing down. And that's more for full blocks than it is for like the bars and the doors and the whatchamacallit. Put in an obsidian rune to make TNT mine for you. I guess you could do that if you waterlog, like if you change the floor out to slabs and waterlogged them all. You could do it that way. Because the big issue is that the floor is also explodable and the walls are all explodable. But if you waterlog the slabs, I don't know if that would affect how quickly the copper ages. Even though I know Pixelriffs disproved this method from being the fastest of fastest, but I can just set it and forget it and come back later and all its age, so it's fine. Is using AI to grind considered cheating? Is using another person to play on your account for you considered cheating, is what you're asking. It would be my guess. Like, if I think using AI in video games is definitely cheating. If you're having a program play the game for you, you're basically just botting at that point. You're just using a bot that plays the game for you and does things. AI is just slightly smarter than a script. But like many video games for years, like World of Warcraft is notorious for having bots that'll just like automatically farm dungeons over and over and over again to get you loot that you can sell or that people use to then farm and sell gold illegally and whatever. So yeah, I would say AI falls into that same exact category, especially in Minecraft. Like if you're going to use an AI to play the game for you and it's not just like to see if you can get an AI to do it, which like I don't think you should do anyways. But like at that point, like just build a redstone farm that would produce the item that you're using the AI to farm for you. Like there's so many alternatives that you don't need an AI to auto play Minecraft for you. At that point, like why play the game? It's like, I know there's a few AIs out there that can produce Minecraft builds for people. And then even there's some that now that can translate it into Minecraft that can be loaded in through like a structure file. And I'm like, why would you ever do that? To like, that's not, like, you're just taking away the entire purpose of playing the game. How is that making your experience of playing Minecraft any better other than just like cannibalizing your own playtime, like your own enjoyment of the game by using an AI? To To play any video game for you, you're just cannibalizing the time that you could have enjoyed playing the game. Not even for these copper bars? No. Amount of enjoyment I'm going to get out of having these to build with in the future makes it worth it. When it rains your world again, will it mess up your snow layers? No, on Java, by default, snow layers only spawn to 1 tall. So it will spawn snow layers everywhere in snowy biomes. So we're gonna have a snowmageddon for sure. Of a lot of my builds are just gonna be covered in snow layers. And then we're gonna have a stringmageddon where we're gonna cover everything that is in those spaces that is getting snowy, where we no longer want the snow. We're gonna have to cover all of that with string. And it's gonna suck, but that's kind of why I'm like not really wanting to fix it. Like, I know how I could fix the weather thing and get it working again, but I don't want to deal with string everywhere. If it's single player, what would be the point of playing if you're not going to play? Yeah. I mean, you could say that same sentiment could be said around, like, why build a creeper farm in single player when you can just go fight creepers? Like, if you're single player, why are you even building a creeper farm? You can just go farm your creepers. So, like, I feel like there's a lot of holes to poke in that argument, but it's more about, like, whatever you get enjoyment from out of the game. If you're removing that from your average gameplay loop, that's just something that's going to make you want to play the game less. And therefore, it's bad for your gaming experience. For some people, that is, if you build a creeper farm, then you have unlimited rockets and you'll use your elytra everywhere. And that does make experiencing your Minecraft world less fun because you fly by everything at Mach speed and you can't control your ability, like your own impulse to use the elytra, but you have more fun if you're going on horseback. Like, I know a lot of people who hate the elytra being in the game, but then they use the elytra all the time. When I'm just like, just take the elytra out of your inventory, don't loot one. And they're like, but it's here, I have to use it, but the elytra sucks. It makes the game so easy. And it's like, you're the one who's using it. Nobody's forcing you to use an elytra. So I think it's kind of that same realm of, if it's something that takes away your enjoyment of playing Minecraft or any video game, and you're actively partaking in the thing or doing the thing that is then ruining your future enjoyment of the game, my big question is why? Like, what is making it so worth it or needed to have that thing? Farms that you build, you still have to build. That's true. That is true. But there are some really, really baby tiny farms that can produce absurd rates that, like, you can make some farms in a few minutes that will produce endless amounts of gunpowder. Or people can set up the smallest little skeleton grinder at a single spawner and then just leave an auto clicker going on forever and ever and ever, and your character will just farm bones infinitely for you. And you just never log out of the game, or even just like put a wolf standing right next to the thing and they'll auto farm all the bones for you. It's like the same thing where people are like, oh, there's nothing to do in Minecraft. I have like a few thousand days of gameplay, but there's nothing to do. And then it's like, okay, but what'd you do in the thousands of days? They're like, oh, well, I built this Omega mob farm that I AFK'd at, and now I have 100 shulker boxes of bone blocks, and I have no need to do anything ever again. It's like, well, you AFKing there ruined your own enjoyment of the game. There's not, like, that's kind of on you, boo-boo. Okay, so we're looking at roughly 18 stacks of each item. That's not terrible. 18 stacks of doors, 18 stacks of copper lanterns, which means 18 stacks of copper torches. And a lot of nuggies. I don't think we have enough copper. We'll get the doors down, and if I run out of time, we will deal with the other stuff later. Oh, I thought I closed that guy. Oh, no, I left him open so I could dig with it. Let's turn him off. I don't like leaving my beacons on. They're so ugly. Ew. Yeah, we're just about 18 stacks. Thank you, Isaiah. What are you going to need those 18 stacks? Well, they're just aged, so I can de-age them to whatever state I need them in for later. This whole thing is just like a thing to help future me, because waiting for copper to age when I'm building sucks, because it just adds a hurdle in it that it's just sit around. But I have a lot of copper bars going into the nether hub. A lot of copper bars, a lot of copper chains, a lot of copper trap doors and are going into the nether hub. So I need to do a lot of that. For now, we can just come and drop them all over here into the little storage room that we really got to design in the middle of this thing. This. That's also about 18. Yeah. Yeah, we're looking at 18 stacks of each. Okay, that's fine. We're doing doors because doors take twice as long as any other copper item to age. Tinfoil hat says it's true. Because there's a lower door and an upper door, which are both copper, and therefore it's copper next to copper, even though the whole thing has to tick once in order to change the whole door, because you can't change a half of a door. But it's still referencing that there's another door next to it, so it takes forever. It's fine. People are apparently not good at figuring out the playstyles that would actually enjoy when they have the ability to choose. I think it's also that Minecraft doesn't do an amazing job of telling you what playstyles are available. And I would actually say that's modern gaming in a nutshell. Because you have to actively... Sometimes, like, there's a lot of people that get so caught up, myself and... I needed copper from there. Myself included in this one. My brain has been so wired in me gaming for so long that I only enjoy playing video games if I can play to some level of competitiveness. Whether that's competitive with myself or whether that's competitiveness with other players, but also not in a PvP standpoint. I like player versus enemy, like who can push this dungeon to the higher level, whose character can get stronger when fighting bosses, like not player versus player. Like I don't really care about fighting other players. I like to like push leaderboard rankings when trying to clear things. Like that is my gaming fun that comes in a lot. And then what that comes with for me though is that I've done that for so long in so many ways of like I've played at extremely high levels in multiple video games, and my brain is so wired of if I pick up a video game, my brain is instantly going into puzzle solving mode, trying to figure out how to best win at video game. Like I can't not do it. Which sounds stupid when you think about it, but like I can't get my brain to not... Okay, there's 3 stacks. I can't get my brain to not just like figure out how to min-max my character. And sometimes that takes a lot of the enjoyment out of the game. Like Stardew Valley, for example. I love Stardew Valley. There are so many different ways to play Stardew Valley. And I always will default to the side where I'm just like going and I'm just going to make a ton of money, dude. I'm going to just like make the most insane farm ever. We made a lot of extra doors, didn't we? No. Ooh, actually, no, I think I'm exactly as many as I need. But like, there's also people who, a great example of it is Gem. Gem has a little Stardew Valley playthrough that she does on stream very occasionally. That is the most chill and cozy and just simple playthrough. Like I don't think she's even halfway through the community center, and she's probably about a year in, and all she does is kind of go around and give people gifts and chat and see what's going on, maybe catch a few fish. No, not having fun with that. Let's go over here. Ooh, let's go try and do a few floors in the mine today, blah blah blah. But my brain, if I get into Stardew Valley, which I love, I have 500 hours in the game, I love Stardew Valley, can't get myself to not try to whatever I can do to complete the community center in the first year. Like I will, that's like, for me, if I get through spring and I'm missing something that was only allowed, that I only could get in spring in order to complete the community center, and like I realize that, then my desire to play just instantly is gone. Like I'm just like, oh, I messed up, I can't do it anymore. I have to wait an entire year in game to catch that one fish that I forgot to catch. Ugh. And then my desire is just gone. Like my desire to play the game just disappears instantly. And that's not great, but I also think that's a very common thing in gaming nowadays. Especially when you have a lot of streamers and content creators who, I think some of y'all can even probably attest to this in terms of seeing what I do in Minecraft. You're not supposed to be allowed in here, sir. Thank you very much. Thought you spawned underneath me. Okay, apparently it's a slime chunk. But a lot of people probably, I'm also part of the problem in this regard, but I'm just doing my own thing. I'm not forcing people to play a certain way, but you also can't deny that people see how I play Minecraft and they're like, oh my god, I want to have a huge cool forever world like fWhip. And so then they start to play with my play style of how I play the game instead of trying to figure out what their play style is, because their favorite content creator plays a certain way. They're gonna try and play like their favorite content creator, which, like, fully valid. A lot of people do that. And I mean, I know from watching like people playing Diablo 4 when that came out or something like that, there's a few streams I would lurk in just to like hang because I like the creators, or even like World of Warcraft because I'm very involved in all of those. But the most common things asked in the chat community is, what is the best class to play right now? What's the best character to play right now? Who's the strongest? Who's going to help me clear all this stuff the fastest? Like what sucks? What should I avoid? It's never people asking like, what do you think the most fun character is that you can play right now? So like but then it's also like when you get into online gaming communities like that, where you have a lot of characters that like you have your, I don't know, all your default classes or whatever, and like right now the mage is super strong, it's amazing, it's all powerful. Okay, it's 2% better than the next things, but the way the community reads that is the mage is best. If you're not playing a mage, you suck at the game, so I'm not going to invite you to my group. That's how a lot of like World of Warcraft and other games go online, unfortunately. So then you get to the point where, okay, I want to play the rogue because the rogue sounds fun. I like being a little stealthy boy with daggers running around stabbing things. That sounds great. That sounds like a cool aesthetic to go for. Let's do that. Save the world as a rogue and pickpocket some people along the way. But then you log in and you're like, hey, everybody, can I join your group? And you have a bunch of mages over there staring at you, be like, ew, you can't cast spells. You suck. And then you can't play the game anymore because you have to be in a group with people, and you can't get in a group anymore because nobody wants to play with something that's not the S tier class. And then blah, 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 blah as you go. And then you're suddenly playing a mage and having a worse time, and then you want to quit the game. Like that's unfortunately modern gaming, very much so in recent years. And I think that unfortunately also applies to like Minecraft playstyles, in terms of people see how hermit crafters play the game. Like somebody, you know, at least 100 people saw Mumbo build that new creeper farm and that new sugarcane farm, and they now have that creeper farm and sugarcane farm in their world. Like you just know for a fact people have done that. So it's just like there's always all that weird stuff in it. And with the internet being the internet nowadays, so many people just instantly gravitate towards this person is my favorite content creator to watch, or Instagram person I follow, and I'm going to do this stuff the way that they do it. Sounds like WoW problems. How are we today? No, I'm just, we're talking about play styles and stuff and finding your own fun play style. But like in reality, it's kind of more complicated than just go spend some time and find out what you like to do. Some people have a hard time figuring out what they actually like to do because they've spent the entire time just, I can just do this. This is faster. I'm kind of old. Content creators have not affected me in any large way simply because I play games long before content creators were around, so my perspective is a bit different. Yeah, I would say I definitely like grew up in the pre-content creator era. Like I was playing games in the early 2000s. Like that was when YouTube was brand new. Like I was looking through some old stuff at my mom's house and I found the original game guide manual for Warcraft 3, which I was flipping through it, and it had like things in there like recommendations for players to play, like here's how to play this race and have a good starting economy according to the developers, and like, but that was like all you got to go off of. Outside of that, you didn't have anything, because there were a few forums online maybe with people talking about how to do stuff, but like really not so much. But yeah, I feel like I definitely, in RPG games, I am very actively like telling myself I can't look up guides online. Like I've had a few points where I'm like stuck in Baldur's Gate 3 that I'm playing through right now, and I've had a few things where I've been like, ooh, what's the consequence on this? Like, and I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm okay with save scumming a bit to like get a desired outcome, because I'd rather have a desired outcome I enjoy than one that would kind of suck and negatively impact how I'm playing games. But I had one where there's a point where you can get somebody to pull out your eyeball pretty much. Oh wow, it is exactly 18 stacks. Nice. Look at all them doors. Look at all them doors. Any doors aged down? No doors have aged. That's okay. We got doors now. Doors on doors on doors. But yeah, anyways, so I kind of was like, ooh, I'm kind of curious about what the outcome of this is. Let's go through it, but I'm gonna save before just in case it's really bad. But like, I want to see what's gonna happen if this dude's offering to pull a parasite out of my head through my eyeball. Like, obviously that's something funny is gonna happen. Lo and behold, went through it and found out that one, he pulls your eyeball out, obviously ruins your eye, and then the guy's like, oh, here, I have this extra eyeball. You can just have it. Stardew Valley wiki is different, dude. I live on there. But the guy, he gives you this other eyeball, and it's a magic eyeball that gives you the ability to see anything invisible. And it's just like an absurdly strong thing, it seems like, at least for where I'm at in the game. And so I was like, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Okay, that would be, there's 2 stacks, so that'll turn into 8 stacks. That's 16 stacks. And so that's 5. That's 20 stacks of torches, I think. Anyways, though. So I'm like, I was curious to see what it was. I had no idea, and I was laughing. I thought it was super funny. That now, because and my character is playing, I'm like playing as like an archer right now. I was kind of thinking about doing like the rogue route, but I found the archer just to be easier, like stealth archer type vibe. And so I was doing that, and then because I had looked up something else that I was just like, this is really weird, I don't understand this. And then through that, I got these guides suggested to me that were all like talking about like how terrible, because reason why I mentioned that earlier in my bit about the rogue versus the mage was because Baldur's Gate was this person writing this article about how terrible rogues are in Baldur's Gate 3 and how nobody should play one, and instead you should be playing like a wizard because it's so much better. And I was like, I just started a rogue. I really like it. I'm having a great time. I'm sure it's Baldur's Gate. Like I'm assuming you can finish the game with any type of character, so I'm just kind of winging it and going for it. But I was like, really? I never accepted the eyeball purely because I spent way too long on character design, so you just like don't have an eye. Well, no, there's the witch lady who will like give you a special eye, or she will actually like take your eye, but then there's the bard dude who will rip your eyeball out with an ice pick and then just give you a new one. But as far as I can tell, it's the same color eye as that I had before. I think I'm gonna be playing a lot of Baldur's Gate tomorrow, though. I'm starting the transfer to the new computer tomorrow, I think. Or the new... Because I need to transfer all the files off of my computer, which is gonna take forever. Because there's like 900 gigs of files on this new one already. And then I need to reinstall Windows onto the solid state drive, which is gonna also suck. Okay, I should have brought... I guess we can just use this chest for it. How's it going? It's going pretty good. Okay, we are gonna need more than this, but for now, let's just do bam. And we're gonna put all of these in here, and we're gonna go with Nuggy, Copper Torch. Put all those in there. So there's 4 stacks, 8 stacks, 12 stacks, 16 stacks. Oh, we have way too many, but we'll just make all of those into... We'll make all of these into lanterns. Why not? And we'll just take 18 with us, but I like having extras. Oh, I have all those ingots up there. I don't need these yet. I'll keep them. We'll probably need it, to be honest. Have you had trouble with new RAM prices? I bought a PC before that happened, thankfully. But yeah, RAM prices in the US right now, I'm assuming it's everywhere, but all I know is I've looked at US prices. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All this AI stuff is making it so difficult for people to build computers. It sucks. I saw somebody posting on Reddit recently that they bought a RAM stick. Should do that. They bought a RAM stick like a while ago and ended up not using it in their PC just because it just didn't work out as they were hoping. And so they were like, "Hey guys, what should I do with this?" And then somebody was just like, "Go price check and see how it is right now compared to how it used to be, and just see like what it's worth." And they bought it for like $400, and now the exact same thing was retailing for $1,200. Like how? I don't understand, dude. Cool. We still have more copper torches. We'll just leave those in there. Why not? Well, that didn't take as much stuff as I thought. I'm so happy my partner convinced me to build my new computer right there and then. Yeah. No, like because I got my new PC when we partnered with Ironside, which outside of the hard drive, unfortunately getting like, I chatted with them and they use a script to install Windows on their PCs, and it unfortunately installed to the hard disk drive instead of a solid state. So like, really not their fault. I wish they had double checked it so I wouldn't have to deal with this, but like, stuff happens. It's just annoying that I now have to reinstall everything again. Anyways, though, like the PC runs great. Like, and if we built it now, because like they've did like up to a certain dollar value was like what we decided on for the brand deal, obviously. And so if we had done the brand deal like now versus back then, if they didn't have like all the parts on hand, I would have not been able to get nearly as strong of a computer as I did, or at least the memory would be much, much worse. So like I'm very happy that this came through when it did. I bought RAM a few months ago and I couldn't believe seeing the price of the same stuff now. Yeah, it's insane. It's nuts. Just look, the PC I bought 6 months ago is near twice what I bought it for. Yeah, RAM prices are astronomically high right now. Even to the point where Nvidia announced that they're cutting down consumer production, like consumer GPU production recently, to focus more on business, like for like tech servers and things for GPUs, basically for AI stuff. But in reality, what that means is there's just gonna be less VRAM inside of the things that they make, which is just gonna be a huge cost saving thing for them. When already, like, things only have 8 gigs of VRAM right now, which for some games coming out, which is probably on the fault of the games not being optimized, like, that's not really a whole lot anymore in terms of how... I also think it's like modern gaming is so unoptimized. Like, there really needs to be... When they're stopping the limitation of having a CD disc size, or like something that physically was delivered and installed, before like that limitation was there, like things had to be optimized and things had to be like had to have good performance, because otherwise they couldn't fit the entire game onto the CD or the whatever you're using to install the thing. But now that we have just everything is downloaded online, they can just send like 400 or 500 gigs for the game. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty, for just textures and sounds and whatever, because they're not compressing it at all, or they're just saving it all in such high resolution formats but not optimizing how it's used in the game, and it just causes so much bloat that then they're just like, yeah, the player's PC hardware can be the fault of it, not us. Yeah, I remember when like the new, I think it was the 3000 series for GPUs came out. I remember their original retail value. That was during COVID when those ones came out, when everybody and their mom were building PCs at home for gaming. And I remember there was like I had the opportunity to buy one when they released, like directly from a seller who was not upcharging. So I got it at market rate for like $700 or something like that. And I remember a friend reaching out and be like, hey, do you have the ability to buy another one? Because I'm looking to buy one right now because I want to upgrade my rig to some like more modern tech because it's pretty old. He's like, but I can't get a 3080 for under $2,500 right now when they're supposed to be like $800 market value. And I was like, yeah, I tried to see if the connection would had an extra one, but they did not. But just like that was like 300% price increase on those. Thankfully, GPUs have come down a whole lot, but now it's just RAM is spiking up in the same. So I would always, if you can hold off on buying right now, just hold off on buying. Have you not made a field in that one empty space between your starter base and the lumber mill? The like here? Because I just wanted some flowers and some grass. I didn't need a field. Gigabytes and doesn't preload shaders, and it also doesn't come with a download for the campaign. You got to download that separate. That's only to play online matchmaking, which is absurd. $400 for only online matchmaking is just, that's just blows my mind. SSDs and graphics cards are getting affected by the RAM. They're going to increase in price in the next few months as well. Yeah. Everything is expensive right now in the US. I'm sure elsewhere in the world too, but oh my gosh, dude. One lantern has already aged. Wow. A second lantern is aged. Look at my lamps. A few lanterns are aging. We love lamps. Have any doors aged? Nope. These are going to take a century. It's door parkour. Dang it. It's fine. Oh, no, Burb, you've heard my tinfoil hat on the copper doors, right? For hiding redstone builds, do you think I should just bury them and have an interface, or should I build around the farm? I tend to bury them, especially if they're pretty bulky. If they're smaller, you can fit them into the side of a building. I think it depends on the size of it. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I think it's right. I think it's like I'm tempted enough almost to reach out to Mojang Dev and be like, hey, is this on purpose? Or is this a little buggo? Not that they would do anything with it. I don't think Copper is going to be getting an update for quite some time. Or I don't even know how they could fix it without probably having to change the whole system. This is a nice room, though. Look how bright and shiny and light it is in here. When you put this many lanterns next to them, the pattern looks really repetitive. I don't think I've ever tried putting that many lanterns next to each other. Literally unplayable. I know, the game's ruined because of it. Everybody just uninstall Minecraft before you get even more disappointed by it. That's what I say. Killed the dragon in hardcore for the first time today. Nice, Benjamin. Congrats, dude. All right, I think unfortunately we're gonna have to call it there for stream today, because we have been live for just about 2 hours 45 minutes, and I've got to leave the house in an hour, and I still need to eat lunch and get cleaned up and deal with my pups and all that stuff. Not these pups. These pups are cute too, but not these ones. Oh, I'm still recording. Oopsies. But my friends, thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate y'all. Are absolutely amazing. The lights in the ceiling that look like a modern office with the modern concrete industrial aesthetic. Yeah, it's very liminal. Hope you all have a lovely holiday season. If we don't see you again, happy holidays, happy new year, all that cool stuff. Yeah, that's that. We'll be back on Monday. That maybe will be the only stream next week. We will see. And then I don't know where we're going from there. We'll see. I'm going to kind of just wing it for the next little bit. Take some time off and see if I want to... if I want to stream, we'll stream. If not, then we won't. Mog Swamp is currently hunting for a donkey in a super flat world, so let's go raid him. That's obviously very important stuff going on over at the Mog Swamp channel. So thank you so much for hanging, my friends. Y'all have a lovely rest of your day, evening, night, all that cool stuff, and happy holidays. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.